on the edge of their seats, waiting to hear how I, Don Cunningham, describe the ensuing carnage.
Amy can't believe Bender's going through a bug fight because she's upset at the violent nature of the sport, and the professor scans her bugalo, Betsy's brain, to see if it's actually intelligent. Only to find that Betsy's head is completely empty and couldn't possibly think intelligently at all. During Bender's first bug fight the next day, Fry ends up nearly falling into the arena and his red jacket catches the bugalo's attention. Bender saves Fry, but ends up nearly gored himself. But by pulling a sword out of his head, he's able to save himself when the bugalo runs into it to end the fight. Although Bender was victorious, the night of he confesses to Marquita over whether or not the bugalo actually feels something because it seemed to have a look in its eyes when he slayed it. Marquita assures him that's not the case as the two romantically entangle, but Bender's still anxious. That night he heads to the bugalo barn and upon meeting Amy there, he confesses that he might feel guilty over what he did during the fight. Heading into the barn, the bugalo start to make a sound to the point where they communicate with him in English.
I love you, Bender!
Shut up, senorita, I know it.
Marry me, Bender, then divorce me.
Yeah, this is my kind of sport. Oh, right, the bugalo.
Futurama has been on fire ever since it returned to Hulu with Season 12, and that's the case with everything that happened in Episode 4 as well. Futurama Season 12 has been focusing its efforts on throwing the Planet Express crew into wacky new adventures, and each one has been great at highlighting one of the key members of the cast. Following the premiere episode focusing on Bender and his ties to his Mexican heritage, Bender's taken in a whole new direction as the latest episode takes him to Mars and brings him into the world of bug fighting this time around. Futurama's new season has already had some fun moments for Bender thus far, and that continues with the newest episode as Bender takes center stage as he gets into bug fighting. Not only does this show a new fact of the bugalo first introduced many years ago, but it's a fun new adventure for Bender that we haven't seen him go on yet. Read on for everything important that's happened in Futurama Season 12 Episode 4, Beauty and the Bug. The Planet Express crew head to one ranch on Mars for a barbecue. They discuss whether or not the bugalo are intelligent, and Amy believes there is something special about them despite not really having a large brain capacity. It's during bug fighting season as well, so the Planet Express crew decides to participate in the running of the bugalos as part of this bigger celebration. During the run, Bender locks eyes with a beautiful robot named Marquita with a hilariously long name. After he's run over by a stampede, he loses sight of her. Abner Double Deal, who's also the owner of the Bug Fighting League, offers Bender the chance to be his new matador and says he'll need to train under their best, who happens to be Marquita. She's proven to be an expert after Bender watches her eliminate a bull with ease, and Marquita is impressed to hear that Bender remembered her long name. Although the two of them feel a love between each other after their first meeting, she wants them to be patient until after Bender learns the art of bug fighting and survives his first bug fight.